Hey, what's going on, you guys? I know it's been a while. I think it's been like, 4 months?
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
This video was originally supposed to be released, on Christmas, but I'm gonna be honest, I've just been really lazy playing other video games. But before we get into the challenge rules in the video, I do want to give a quick shout out. A music artist 1899 has given me permission to bless your ears with his wonderful music. Every time I play a song, I will have the title pop up in the bottom of the screen for a little, and of course, links to all his songs will be in the description below. With that being said, let's get into the rules of the challenge. First off, of course, we can only use a bow. Any form of damage with any other weapon will result in a failure in the challenge. Next rule is I cannot use any bow special rounds. That includes the explosive arrows and the fire arrows. Oh, Far Cry 3. You see, me and Far Cry 3 have this mixed bag feeling. It's my favorite game out of the franchise, but the only problem is it has one good bad guy. In fact, I would even argue that he was the best bad guy in gaming history, Voss.
Do you want me to slice you open like I did your friend? Shut the fuck up!
The game starts off with me having to download Ubisoft. Then the game starts us off with an epic cutscene. We get to enjoy a nice circle jerk with our friends. Then we are introduced to our main characters. We have our older brother Grant, who is in the military, but for some reason, I have a feeling he isn't going to be here for long. Then we have Riley.
Finna bust a nut. Finna bust a nut. Finna bust a nut tonight.
Then we have Daisy. She's the one that fixes up the boat and, does all that other shit everyone else forgets about. Then we have Lisa, Jason's girlfriend. Fuck me, man, I wish I had a girlfriend. Oliver's the pothead of the group. I mean, you can really tell that this game came out in 2012. And last but not least, we have Keith. And there's not much about him. He's not really that interesting of a character.
Jason, you gotta get me out of here. I'm begging you, please. You gotta get me out of here, man.
I'm getting you out, okay?
Yeah, you promise. You gotta promise me.
Yeah, look, about that, mate. I am grateful, right? And, I'd really like to show my appreciation, proper, like a man should.
So yeah, we get past the cutscene. Voss starts talking to us about something about a pussy trigger.
Way up in the fucking skies, you thought you had your finger on the pussy trigger.
So we get past the birds and the bees and Grant breaks out. And with Grant's epic military skills, he kills the guard.
Holy fuck, he's dead.
We start sneaking our way through the complex. We pick up some supplies. Then we come across some men watching some questionable things.
I am a zoophile. I do not have a thing for humans. I am more attracted to dogs, like German shepherds. What I want to do is to educate people about what it means specifically to be a zoophile, black and white, evil nonsense, comparing someone like me to a freak that forces themselves onto animals, and it's a lot like when homosexuals were coming out in the 1960s.
We make our way through the camp. I try to hold on to him, but let's be honest, that boy's a pussy. That and blood is gross, and I didn't want to get my hands messy with my brother's blood. I give him a little cock tease, and he finally gives up. So I run like hell, dodging bullets, trying my best to get out of there. I make my way out of a little tunnel, and a man jumps onto me. And sadly, this is where we will be counting a semi-fail. If you don't know what a semi-fail is, I'll let past Captain Blueberry explain. And here we meet semi-fail number 1. You can't fist the engines in the Pillar of Autumn, so I have to blow them up using rockets. Now, you may be wondering, what is a semi-fail? Well, it's basically enough to make me load my gun, but not enough for me to kill myself. I rack a shell into my shotgun.
You can take yourself out of this existential nightmare.
I fall into the water. I get woken up by a man named Dennis, who is totally not a cuck.
Imagine seeing the girl you love like
Get fucked.
get fucked.
You love her?
So if it's gonna happen, I might as well see it, supervise it, make sure everything's. Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her.
So Dennis tells me to go and turn on a radio tower. Unfortunately for us, there's a snake in our way. After waiting a while, I decided to jump on him. And I threw him around, but it didn't kill him, and he ended up slithering away, so this will not count as a fail. I turned the tower on. I go around collecting all the money that I could so I can get enough to afford the bow. I run out of places to collect money, so I decided to run outside of my mission objective area, not knowing that this would cause the mission to fail and have me to restart. The only problem with this is the mission is already started, and without me being able to consent to this butt fucking, the mission is auto-selected and I can't turn it off. In case you sweet honeys didn't notice, but not only do I have to murder leaves, I also have to kill 2 boars. So we get to meet fail number 1. Sadly, the only way in putting these sorry bastards down is a butt plug sized hole in their forehead. Then I hear over the radio that one of the pirates had kidnapped my girlfriend. So we meet another problem. It just so happens that I can't kill these guys because I still yet to acquire the bow. Thanks to Dennis and his group of bitches, we end up failing over and over. Mostly because these guys, for some reason, cannot handle a piece of copper entering their cranium. I get fed up with Dennis and his bullshit. Death after death, and I had lost it. After this challenge had already stretched my asshole, I failed a second time. Being forced to put down the pirates, I opened the door to find out I failed the challenge for nothing. My erection from starting off this challenge had been sucked inside almost immediately. But when I finally got my hands on the bow, let's just say there's a chance at resurrecting it. I met Dr. Earnhardt. I find Daisy and Dr. Earnhardt tells me I have to go get her on some shrooms because that bitch is stupid as shit. I get higher than shit because drugs is cool.
This is something else.
For some reason, Jason only takes 1 mushroom, so I'm not really sure what that's about. Daisy wakes up. I tell Daisy her pussy of a boyfriend's military training got himself killed. I get to a boat where I have to kill 3 VIPs, all under stealth. Luckily, the bow is a silent weapon, so I don't have to worry about having the guards coming down on me for shooting a gun. But yet, somehow, just like everything in my life, I get fucked over because the game's stupid stealth mechanic is broken. I penetrate the other 2 guards. I get inside the ship, and then I have to defend myself. It took me up to this point to realize how shitty the bow was. Sometimes an arrow would disappear into the abyss, so I try and get through this challenge. But one of the reasons why this video took so long to come out was I was pissed off about not getting any goat spawns. You see, you need goats and other animal hides to upgrade your quiver. And since I'm a low IQ retard, basically on the verge of Down syndrome at any moment, it takes me until halfway through the game to finally get the hides I need to upgrade the quiver. I get told to blow up an ammo cache, then I sneak my way towards where my girlfriend is being held up. I have to sneak around because I forgot to stock up on arrows, leaving me with only 1. I take out the big cheese and take his key. And of course, the sound of my booty cheeks clapping caught the attention of the guards. I try to run past the guards, but they rip open my anal cavity. I get lucky enough with a run where I get past everyone. Voss spins around like a ballerina.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Voss sets us on fire. And we meet semi-fail number 2. You can't run past the fire, and the only way is to destroy the pipe. But I had no arrows left, so I had to use a nearby gun. It really goes to show you that your friends in this game are pieces of shit. At every chance they get, they decide to throw themselves into harm's way. That ruins the challenge. I saved my so-called girlfriend, then we escape into the car. If you guys haven't played this part before, it basically wants you to just sit there and shoot at people. But luckily, there's a way to stop this. By just sitting there, spamming the heal button, it'll cause the NPCs to go suicidal and they'll throw themselves to the nearest rock. So we make it to a part where the truck stops, and as you can see, the car blows up without me having to shoot a single bullet. I look around to see what happened, but it seems like Jason had God on his side for once. Then Jason turns around, and yet again, we don't have to do anything. Those retards shot themselves straight into Valhalla, leaving one of them alive to tell their children. We beat the mission without having to kill anyone. But first, I have an epic Discord server where we have epic conversations. With peak conversations like this one. Not only does everyone post totally funny memes, we also talk about doing drugs. This server was handcrafted by a god, so you little devils have a place to stay. Make sure to join, the link is in the description below. So I find out where an agent is living. He tells me he's gonna blow me up for America.
The real patriot suckles at the teat of Lady Liberty. Upon hearing of the death of a brother at war, the real patriot asks, "Did we win?" And then rejoices at the pronouncement of victory. So, are you a real patriot?
I meet him, and if you guys don't know this part, this is where you get to cook weed. But the thing is you can't do that with a bow and arrow. Semi-fail number 3 happens. Okay, for some reason, a whole lot of my footage got fucked up somehow, but I'll tell you, sweet honeys, what happened. Basically, no matter what, you will hit another fail here. You have to use the rocket launcher in the image to shoot a boat with a driver in it, leading us to fail number 3. Not only have we been stretched, but this also ruined most of the other recording. So we're gonna have to skip to the part where we're already working for Buck. God's favorite Australian told me about Sun Tzu's ancient dildo.
To the Sigmas of Australia, I say that this goofy government...
I forget to stock up on arrows, so we try and run through it with only one. I give up because I die a lot, and I go out trying to go hunting to get better quivers. I then take down a nearby outpost so then I can buy arrows from the lockers. After stocking up, I meet back up with Buck and run through it again. I kill an alligator that's waiting to suckle on my toes, and I stick the device into the wall. These parts are really boring, and I don't like rewatching, let alone playing them, so I'll skip to the good parts. We find part number 1. Buck puts his crotch in my face. I meet him in a mine shaft.
Welcome to my mine. We are mining diamonds. We are not a...
We acquire part number 2. Buck tries to tell us something, but I'm too distracted about how his phone screen is just his texture of his phone. The compass activates, and we finally get the knife. I go to pick up Keith, and let's just say, he's had better days. Then Buck comes in, telling us we were his playthings, so he could do all the pin to tail the donkey he wants on us. We then get into another epic fight. Oh, god damn it. It's another button mashing fight, so we all know where this goes. We end up getting another fail. As I penetrate him, I realize how much of a stupid idea it was to do this challenge. The hot Indonesian lady says something about God. I don't know. She tells me that Voss had captured some of her men, so we go and save them, but it turns out to be... Voss tells me I'm a beta male for trying to sleep with his sister. I then have to sneak onto a helicopter, which, since I don't have my bow, I have to run past everyone. I threaten the poor pilot to start flying. We get shot down. I for some reason wake up with my bow in my hand.
Did I ever tell you?
Give me that pussy, boss.
We get shot, then crawl our way out through some dead bodies. I get drugged by Citra, and then I have to do another boss fight. But what's that? Citra had blessed this run by giving me a bow. Out of everyone I've met so far, these people were nice. All of the Indonesians here enabled the challenge. They wanted me to succeed, but my friends were holding me back. With each save came another fail. It's making me question myself. I beat the demon, but of course Jason decides to finish him off with a knife, leading us to another semi-fail. Up to what the fuck? I reach Voss's main complex. Then I see Voss pole dance. And just in case you guys were wondering, yes, you can get past this part without shooting anyone. As long as you have a strong willpower and run away from the Vosses with the swords, you can keep pushing and just spam heals. I kill my boyfriend. Then Citra tells me to go kill Hoyt. Now this part is insanely boring. I'm talking, I'd rather watch paint dry, so I'll be skipping through most of this until we get to the more interesting parts, but don't worry, I'll make sure to let you guys know every step, bump, and hemorrhoid we get. So I defend the agent as he repairs the plane because we need that to get to Hoyt's island. I parachute from the plane, but beforehand, the agent tells me that I need to go find his friend named Sam. I find him playing poker. Then he tells me where I can get a privateer's suit. Sadly, I can't use my bow, so we have to take him down. Me and Sam go and defend a weed plantation. I fail again because a helicopter spawns and I have to shoot it down. I then go and disrupt a deal, which the only way you can do that is by blowing up pirates and the privateers. Hoyt talks to me about some stupid shit about how I have to go torture my brother. I beat on my brother some more. We destroy a satellite dish. Then we destroy some gas pumps. Hoyt kills Sam. I kill Hoyt in another epic semi-fail. In the process of saving my brother, we fail again because the helicopter only has so much health, and if you sit there like a dumbass and your fingers up your booty hole, you fail the game. And you have to restart and restart. It's basically a whole process. So I take the L again. We get back to where my friends were, but they were captured. Citra was jealous that I had a girlfriend and I had forgotten to tell her. I get there and she tries to convince me. My friends were pieces of shit. Every one of them I saved, I had to fail the challenge for them. It was almost like she was telling me something. I was trying to understand it. Citra had given me two options. I could return back to California, or I can get this mediocre Indonesian pussy. I really hope you guys did enjoy it. I know how long it took me to come out with it, but hey, you know, what can you do? But on a serious note, thank you guys for watching, waiting. Make sure to join the Discord. And yeah, let me know what else you want to see. You cannot beat Far Cry 3 with only a bow.